And President Xi is right now in Nepal. Now, China and Nepal agreed on Saturday to upgrade their relations to a strategic partnership of cooperation as President Xi became the first Chinese president to visit the Himalayan kingdom in 2 years. The agreement was announced as Xi met with his Nepalese counterpart. He praised the hospitality he received from the Nepalese leaders. Xi called for stronger bilateral ties between Beijing and Kathmandu. She also met with the chairman of the country's National Assembly, Ganesh Dimilsena. The Chinese president will also be holding talks with the two prime ministers on OG Nepal, of course, KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Notably, she will also be discussing the infrastructure projects, including the Kathmandu-Kerang railway line under China's Belt and Road Initiative with the two leaders. So before visiting Nepal, the Chinese president was in India. Xi Jinping held his second informal summit with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. From marveling at the Pallava architecture to finding ways of improving people-to-people contact, the talk spread over 2 days in the heritage town of Mamallapuram and then Chennai. If Wuhan was about resetting ties, this summit was all about making progress on bilateral differences. Let's take a look at the big takeaways from this 2-day summit. The summit kick-started on Friday with some cultural diplomacy. It happened away from the hustle and bustle of New Delhi. India rolled out the red carpet for Xi Jinping in the historic town of Mamallapuram. Two leaders spent quality time amid ancient monuments in the temple town. A guided tour of Mahabalipuram temple, a brief conversation at the Pancha Ratha complex and a cultural program at Shore temple. The day concluded with PM Modi hosting President Xi over a meal. The day two was all about business. Trade and counter-terrorism dominated the discourse. The two leaders held delegation-level talks as well. PM Modi delivered the opening remarks. He said India and China have moved from the Wuhan spirit to the Chennai connect. PM also said India and China were global economic powers during the most of the last 2,000 years and were returning to the stage gradually.
एक्सेलेंसी, पिछले वर्ष वुहान में हमारी इनफॉर्मल समिट से हमारे संबंधों में इंक्रीज स्टेबिलिटी और फ्रेश मोमेंटम आया है। दोनों पक्षों के बीच स्ट्रेटेजिक कम्युनिकेशन बढ़ा है। हमने तय किया था कि हम मतभेद को प्रूडेंटली मैनेज करेंगे और डिस्प्यूट नहीं बनने देंगे, एक दूसरे के कंसर्न के बारे में सेंसिटिव रहेंगे और हमारे संबंध विश्व में शांति और स्थिरता के कारक होंगे। तमिलनाडु राज्य और ऐतिहासिक शहर चेन्नई सदियों से भारत और चीन के बीच हमारे सांस्कृतिक और व्यापारिक आदान प्रदान का साक्षी है। मुझे खुशी है कि इस सांस्कृतिक धरोहर के कुछ सर्वोत्कृष्ट उदाहरणों के आपको परिचित कराने का गौरव हमें मिला। एक्सेलेंसी, पिछले 2000 सालों के अधिकांश कालखंड भारत और चीन दुनिया की प्रमुख आर्थिक शक्तियां रही हैं। अब इस शताब्दी में हम फिर से साथ साथ उस स्थिति को प्राप्त कर रहे हैं।
As for President Xi Jinping, he stated that he was overwhelmed by the warm welcome he was given by India. The Chinese president also pitched for a third informal summit between the two leaders.
Mr. Prime Minister, last year we held the first informal summit. Actually, this initiative was put forward by you, Mr. Prime Minister, and I agree that it is a good idea. Indeed, the Wuhan summit ushered China-India relations into a new stage of healthy and steady development. For the past 1 year or so, the informal summit continues to produce visible progress. We have deeper strategic communication, more effective practical cooperation, more diverse people-to-people and cultural exchanges, and we have a closer cooperation on multilateral occasions. What has happened has proved that we have made the right decision to have this kind of informal summit. And we can well continue with this form of meeting.
Among the key decisions taken at the summit was the setting up of a high-level trade mechanism between the two nations to discuss trade, investment and services. India raised its concerns about the ongoing China-led regional comprehensive economic partnership. Kashmir issue was not raised at the summit. President Xi spoke of greater facilitation for yatris going to the Mansarovar Yatra, and Prime Minister Modi suggested a number of ideas on the connection between state of Tamil Nadu and the Fujian province of China. Talks ended with some presents. PM Modi gifted the Chinese president a shawl with Xi's facial imprint weaved into it. And a porcelain plate with PM Modi's picture painted on it as well. And that was not all. The presents also included a painting of the Chinese president.